welcome to Channel 2S. I'm your host, Second Soundwave, and Bandai did that thing again where they release a bunch of new images right after I finish editing an episode of Gunpla News. So we're back again tonight to look at a brand new batch of Dengeki Hobby images of future Gunpla releases. So we are going to start things off big tonight with the Mega Size Unicorn Gundam. This is the first time it's been seen outside of the showroom floor, and it looks pretty damn nice. For what's effectively an oversized high grade, it's got a really nice amount of surface detail, and the weapons are kind of sparse. You really just get the rifle and the shield, but that's kind of something you had to expect with the Mega Size kits. They really don't include a lot of accessories or have a lot of features or anything like that. They're pretty much just supposed to be big, fun kits. Now personally, I also see this kit being a really good choice for builders who want to try their hands at more complex mods and stuff, but don't want the space restrictions of like a smaller high grade or master grade, because there's most likely going to be ample room for LEDs and all sorts of other electronic stuff under the armor of this kit, and I guarantee you that we're going to see some really awesome looking custom builds of this once it's out. So next up we have the still unnamed Gundam from GMs Counterattack. Now this kit pulls together a bunch of elements from a bunch of other Gundams. The general body design's kind of got a Shining Gundam look to it, but it's also got the colors and particle tanks from the Build Burning Gundam, and then the hip skirts and the sabers kind of have a Build Strike look to them, so a lot of different stuff going on here with this design. And then the shield has a bunch of different points you can attach the handle to, so you can put it high or low on the shield. And then you also get this little connector that you can stick into one of those ports and store his rifle underneath the shield. Oh, and speaking of his rifle, it's actually kind of this double-ended thing. So like there's a smaller machine gun end on one side, and then he has like a more powerful kind of beam rifle thing on the other end. I really like how even with all these creative designs you've gotten in Build Fighters up to now, they're still able to come up with just really neat stuff like this for their new models. But anyways, moving on to the GM-GM, because the GM-GM got the Dengeki Hobby treatment as well, and it's looking pretty nice. It's kind of a stylish reimagining of the classic GM, and what's neat is they actually include an extra head that lets him kind of pass the GM Commander type. And then there's another head as well that's kind of this Genoese Adele looking thing, but it's also kind of like a G-bit, but not really, and they already kind of did a G-bit in Build Fighters already, so it's not exactly that, and I'm really not sure what this is even supposed to be or what they were going for with it, but it still looks pretty cool. Now his only weapons are a shield and this kind of dinky little beam pistol, but that's totally okay because they have a weapon set coming out for him that's going to have 4 more guns for him to play with. So there's this kind of GM Sniper 2 looking rifle, and this other really cool kind of tactical rifle. And then a couple more guns that aren't quite as tactical, they kind of just look more like Nerf guns or Super Soakers to me. And they're very sci-fi, I guess, and they do fit well with the stylized designs, I just think they look a little bit silly. But hey, Gunpla's freedom, and this is a universe where there's an Akugai variant that looks like a teddy bear, so I guess some guns that look a little bit silly aren't too far outside the realm of possibility. But there's more than just Build Fighters and giant unicorn kits to look at tonight, because we also got some absolutely badass looking high-grade Universal Century kits. So first, Blue Destiny. He's looking great, I love the detail on this thing, and speaking of, I actually compared this to the GM ground type that I have, and it looks like the only parts that are really shared between the two kits are the joints and weapons. Because when you really look closely at the armor of these two kits and start to compare like the surface details and the panel lines and stuff, it looks like pretty much everything else is brand new for the Blue Destiny. They clearly put a lot of work into this kit, it looks good, and they nailed it perfectly. And the exam mode looks really cool too, with the red sensors and that awesome translucent red visor, and the little antenna behind the head, and I'd really like to see how exactly that works, if it's like a hinge thing, or an alternate part, or if it's attached to his backpack, or his shoulder, or his head. I can't really tell even where it's attached to, but unfortunately these are the only 2 images of the Blue Destiny we have as I'm recording this, so I can't really get a better look at it. So now the Efreet Schneid. Oh boy, the Efreet Schneid. I have never in my life been this happy to see nub marks on a model kit, because you see those little marks on the blades? Those means that those blades are really silver plastic, and the marks on the handles? Those mean that the handles are really purple plastic, so basically, Bandai is applying master grade color separation to a high grade model. I am just super hyped to see this. Basically, my excitement level right now for the Efreet, as soon as I saw that the knives were actually going to be colored like this, it just went from a 9 to like, let's say an 11. Like, right at that moment. I'm really, truly excited for this guy. Can't wait for it. July can't come fast enough. So as you can see, summer 2017 is just going to be packing some absolutely freaking awesome new kits. And if you're as excited about kits like the Blue Destiny and the Efreet and the GM-GM as I am, be sure you hit that thumbs up button right now because we are at the end of the news. If you're new here, be sure you subscribe on your way out, and as always, I'm Second Soundwave, and I'll see you next time. Take care, guys.